Very good, Gautam. I need to appreciate you because most of the days you are not attending. Excellent. Okay. See, children. So just we have started about our discussion about Mughal emperor. Okay, emperors, and we have just started. Okay, the Mughal dynasty, Babur, who was the first Mughal emperor. Okay, who founded the Mughal dynasty. He defeated Ibrahim Lodi and okay, in the first battle of Panipat in the year 1526, and he founded the Mughal dynasty. And two other so children, so the Mughal dynasty was founded by Babur. Okay, and only 4 years, 1526 to 30, he was in power, and he was followed by Humayun. Okay, he was followed by Humayun. And let me share the screen, children. And two important battles fought by Babur, that was Battle of Panipat against Ibrahim Lodi and Battle of Kanwa, okay, against Rana Sanga of Mewar, Rajput ruler. And before he could stabilize the Mughal emperor, he died, okay, in the year 1530. Okay, and he was followed by his son Humayun. Okay, then Nazruddin Muhammad Humayun, he was born in Kabul, okay, Afghanistan, and but Humayun's period, okay, it is divided into two structures. That means he was defeated by Sher Shah, okay, Sher Khan or Sher Shah Suri. Then he fled to Iran. There he got help from Safavid Shah, okay, from Iran, and he recaptured Delhi from Sher Shah Suri, and he was followed, okay, he was followed by his son Akbar. Okay, and when we discuss about Akbar, you know, children, he
We
was
have
the greatest Mughal rulers. Okay, he was the greatest ruler of India, and he was only 13 years old when he ascended the throne, and his regent. See, children, so Akbar, he is one of the greatest Mughal rulers of India, and he was only 13 years old. Okay, he was only 13 years old when he ascended the throne. Since he was a minor, he was assisted by a regent. Okay, that means one person who helped him, that was Bairam Khan. Okay, Bairam Khan was his tutor. Okay, then he fought the second battle of Panipat. Okay, with the help of his tutor, he fought the second battle of Panipat against the Afghan ruler. Okay, then the Mughal forces, under the guidance of Bairam Khan, defeated Hemu and established Akbar as the king of Delhi and Agra. Okay, so till that time, yes.
Hemu.
Yes, Afghan's ruler. Okay, he was Afghan ruler. He was defeated by Akbar with the help of his tutor, okay, or mentor. That was Bairam Khan. Okay, then he came to the power. See, children, even though means he was there in power, means at the as one of the greatest Mughal emperor, okay, or greatest rulers of India, even India. Then Akbar's Congress. Please note it down all these places, children. What are the central provinces? Okay, under the control of the Mughal emperor. That means he captured Rajasthan, Bihar, Bengal, Gujarat, Deccan, Assam, Kashmir, Kandahar, and Kabul. All these places. Yeah. Yes. Who is calling me? Okay, so children, all these places he made, okay, under his control, or he established his control over these places. Okay, then he was given a tough fight by Maharana Pratap, the ruler of Mewar. Okay, Rajput people. Okay, Maharana Pratap, but later Akbar finally won the war against, okay, Maharana Pratap, and he was died in the year 1605. Okay, children, just open your textbook. Open your textbook and see Akbar, page number 48. Akbar. Akbar was only 13 years old when he became the emperor. His reign can be divided into three periods. Okay, his total period, it is divided into three sections. The first period, it starts from 1556 to 1570. Okay, and he became the independent of his regime Bairam Khan, mentor, tutor Bairam Khan, and military campaigns were launched against the Suris and other Afghans, against the neighboring kingdoms of Malwa and Golconda. Okay, and to suppress the revolt of half-brother Mirza Hakim and the Uzbeks. Okay, so he had started his military campaigns. Okay, his military campaigns against, okay, against his half brother. I have told you who is a half brother, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so Mirza, what is his name, children? Mirza Hakim. Okay, of Kabul. Please just note it down, children. His half brother Mirza Hakim, he was from Kabul. So he led many revolt to suppress the revolt of his half brother Mirza Hakim from Kabul. And the Uzbeks. Who were Uzbeks? Who were Uzbeks? Akash?
Ma'am.
Who can tell me?
Ma'am, Afghan.
No, Mongols, tribal group. Okay, we know that Mongols and Uzbeks also a tribe, another Mongol groups. Okay, so we have discussed it in the beginning. Babar, okay, he was forced to means leave his ancestral throne due to the invasion from
Yes.
another Mongol groups that were called as Uzbeks. Okay, so Akbar also he led many military campaigns against against this Uzbeks. Okay, and also he captured Gondwana, Malwa. Okay, and also he led the revolt against his half brother Mirza Hakim in Kabul. Okay, then in 1568, he captured the Sisodia capital of Chittoor. Please underline that place's name.
Was sized.
Ah, yes. And Rathanpur. Then 1517 to 58, he led military campaigns in Gujarat.
Military campaigns in Gujarat.
Yes, Gujarat. Followed by Bihar, Bengal, and
Bihar.
Orissa.
East in Bihar.
Yes. Again, these campaigns were complicated by, okay, the revolt in the support of Mirza Hakim. So which all places he has conquered? Okay, that was Gujarat, Bihar,
Gujarat,
Bengal, okay,
Bengal and
yes.
Orissa.
Yeah. Then 1585 to 1605, expansion of Akbar's empire. Campaigns were launched in the northwest. Kandahar, just underline, children, Kandahar was seized. Then Kashmir, okay, Kashmir was annexed. And Kabul, after the death of Mirza Hakim, he annexed
Mirza Hakim.
Kabul. Oh, yes, he annexed Kabul.
Deccan
started.
And
Kandahar,
there are
Ahmednagar. Okay, yes.
where
Yes. And the last years of his reign, Akbar was distracted by the rebellion of Prince Salim, the future emperor Jahangir. Okay, then last years of reign, he was distracted by the rebellion from Jahangir, the future
Jahangir.
emperor. Yes. That means, children, sometimes, children, if a king, if he has 4 or 5 sons, okay, they will rebel. He captured many of the territories, okay, many of the territories, and we have seen that among these people. Okay, then, and which all provinces, okay, was made under his control? Okay, that is Rajasthan, Bihar, Bengal, Gujarat, Deccan, Assam, Kashmir, Kandahar, and Kabul. Okay, all these places were annexed by Akbar. He started military campaigns by 3 stages. Most of the time he needed to face a rebellion from his half brother. Wait. Children, can you see the
Yes, ma'am.
board? But
Now it is like some.
blur.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So Akbar, he was the great Mughal emperor. He captured Rajasthan, Bihar, Bengal, Gujarat, Deccan, Assam, Kashmir, Kandahar, and Kabul. Okay, he annexed many territories, and Kabul he was annexed from whom? From his half brother Mirza Hakim. Okay, from his half brother Mirza Hakim. And Akbar, he was given a tough fight. Okay, it was a very tough war he fought with Maharana Pratap, the ruler of Mewar. Okay, Mewar, Rajput ruler. But later, finally, Akbar won the war against Maharana Pratap, and he faced even a rebellion from Jahangir, but he died in the year 1605. And within this long time, okay, within his duration, or within his reign, he tried to bring many administrative challenges. He made many changes in his country, in his empire, and he introduced many methods, okay, to develop his country. Okay, then, so children, Akbar, okay, Chittor, Ranthambore, Kashmir, Gujarat, Bihar, Bengal, he annexed, and he was followed by Jahangir. Okay, just see the textbook, children. Jahangir's military campaign started by Akbar continued. Okay, he continued the military campaign started by Akbar, and the Sisodia ruler of Mewar. Underline, children. The Sisodia ruler, the Rajput ruler of Mewar, Amar Singh, accepted Mughal services. That means these all people were captured or annexed by Jahangir. Less successful campaigns against the Sikhs, the Ahmadnagar followed. It was not successful. It was not much successful. The campaigns against Sikhs, Ahams, and Ahmadnagar. And Prince Guram, just underline, the future emperor Shah Jahan. See, children, here also the Shah Jahan, his name was Prince Guram. Okay, and rebuilt in the last years of his reign. See, children, this Shah Jahan, he wanted to get independent sovereignty in Bihar and Bengal. Okay, Shah Jahan, he wanted independent authority over Bihar and Bengal. So he rebelled against Jahangir. Okay, he rebelled against Jahangir, his father, and his wife. Okay, the effort of Nur Jahan, Jahangir's wife, to marginalize him, to make him make him out from the marginalize means to make him out from the power, was not successful. Jahangir, Jahangir is followed by Shah Jahan. Okay, so children, Akbar, he was followed by his father. Okay, that was Akbar, he was followed by Jahangir. Okay, Jahangir. Then Jahangir, he captured many of the places. Okay, he followed the military campaigns started by Akbar. Okay, and he rebelled. His Jahangir's yes, son. Okay, Shah Jahan, he rebelled against him. Okay, because Shah Jahan, he wanted to get political, okay, authority in Bihar and Bengal. So that he rebelled against Jahangir, but Nur Jahan, who was Nur Jahan? The wife of Jahangir. Okay, see children, I have told you during that time, then Jahangir was followed by Shah Jahan. Shah Jahan. Okay. Then Shah Jahan, he continued. See, listen to the table, children. Mughal campaigns continued in Deccan under Shah Jahan. The Afghan noble Khan Jahan Lodi rebelled and was defeated. He defeated the Afghan ruler. Campaigns were launched against Ahmadnagar, the Bundelas, okay, a tribal group, okay, a particular group of people was defeated, and Zist. In the northwest, the campaign is east to bulk from Uzbeks was unsuccessful, and Kandahar was lost to Safavid. In 1632, Ahmednagar was finally annexed and Bijapur forces sued for pieces. See, he also has captured Ahmednagar and Bijapur. So children, when a question comes, what are the central provinces under the Mughal emperors? You need to write all these places. That is Chittor, Ranthambore, Kashmir, Gujarat, Bihar, Bengal,
etc.
Ahmednagar, Bijapur. All these are the central
Deccan.
provinces. Yes, under the Deccan. Okay, Deccan. All these are the important central provinces under the control of the Mughals.
Mughal Emperor.
Yes. Okay, one question is there given in the textbook back. Then children, this Shah Jahan also. Okay, Shah Jahan also. Listen, he was seriously ill. Okay, Shah Jahan was seriously ill, and there was a conflict among his four sons. Okay, there was a conflict was happened among his four sons, and his third son was Aurangzeb. Okay, he won the battle and he succeeded Shah Jahan. Okay, and children, this Shah Jahan was imprisoned by Aurangzeb. Okay, he was imprisoned. He was in a fort. So listen, children. Shah Jahan's sons. Okay, then Aurangzeb was victorious, and the three brothers, okay, including Dara Shah, was killed. Shah Jahan was imprisoned for the rest of his life in Agra. Okay, so see children, Shah Jahan, he had four sons, and when he was ill, when Shah Jahan was ill, a conflict was happened among his
The
sons
sons.
for the power.
So
Then
Aurangzeb
Aurangzeb
won.
won it. Okay, Aurangzeb won the battle and he killed his three brothers. Okay, three brothers, and his father was imprisoned. Okay, imprisoned. What do you mean by imprisoned? Imprisoned.
Keep in prison.
Kept him. Yes, imprisoned. Jail.
Locked.
Yes. Okay. So Aurangzeb was followed by Shah Jahan. Okay, then Aurangzeb was in power, and see, he also led military campaigns. Okay, so in the northeast, the Ahams were defeated, a particular tribal people, okay, group of people, but they rebelled again. Campaigns in the northwest against Yusufzai and the Sikhs were temporarily successful. Mughal intervention in the succession and internal policies of the Rathore Rajaputs of Marwar led to their rebellion. and campaigns against Shivaji was initially successful, but Aurangzeb insulted Shivaji, who escaped from Agra, and he declared again, okay, resumed the battle against the Mughals. Okay, then now you underline, children, Bijapur was annexed. After Akbar's rebellion, Aurangzeb sent armies against the Deccan Sultanate, and Bijapur was annexed in 1685 and Golconda in 1687. Deccan provinces. Okay, Bijapur and Golconda was annexed. And he need to face many rebellion from Sikhs, Jats, and Satnamis in the northeast. Okay, and his death was followed by a succession conflict among his son. He also, okay, when he died, that time also he was faced, means the among his sons there was a conflict was happened. Okay, so just children, one thing from this table you need to understand. These people, okay, these Mughal emperors, when they ascended the throne, okay, when they ascended the throne, they started their military campaigns against many rulers, and they have conquered many of the places. Okay, that we have discussed: Chittor, Ranthambore, Kashmir, Gujarat, Kandahar, Bihar, Bengal, then Ahmednagar, Bijapur, Golconda. Okay, all these places, okay, they made under their control. So they had, and means they had started a conquest. Okay, they wanted to conquer many of the territories. They wanted to become emperors, and they made many of the territories under their control. Okay, then here you can see, yeah, see, Bijapur, Golconda, it is very important. Ahmednagar, Berar, Malwa, Ranthambore, okay, Orissa, then Chittor, Gujarat. See, you can see under Akbar and Aurangzeb, they have captured, okay, many of the territories over here. All these territories they made under their control. Patna, Agra, Ajmer, okay, Sindh, Malwa, all these places, okay, Gondwana, all these places they made under their control. Okay, so this place
They
name,
conquer.
yes. See, children, this place name, I'll send you the notes. Okay, that time you needed to study the place names. Okay, which all places they made under their control. Okay, then you know, children, usually there is what was the system followed by the kings during that time? When a king died, his elder son will be the next ruler, right? Okay, so children, yeah. So children, the Mughal tradition of succession, it was very, I mean, it was entirely different from the other one. Okay, see this name, it is, you need to study this name, primogeniture. Okay, that means primogeniture means that the elder son, okay, only the elder son would inherit the father's property. Okay, usually this was the system, that when a king dead, his elder son will be the next ruler. Okay, that is being called as primogeniture. Okay, primogeniture. But the Mughals, they does not believed in, or they does not followed this system. Instead, they followed
Copper
Koppa
Seneri.
Senary means that if the total inheritance, it is divided among all the sons. Okay, that means, what do you mean by that? If a king, if he have terms are important, that is primogeniture. What do you mean by primogeniture? The elder son, okay, the
Elder
elder son
son
will be
after
the
the father's death.
after when
The
the
elder son will
father's
be.
death, the elder son will be the next king. Okay, he is enjoying the maximum authority or power only to the elder son. Okay, but coparcenary means that this is divided. Okay, the ancestral property, it is divided among all the sons. Clear, children?
Yes,
Is it
ma'am.
clear
Yes,
to
ma'am.
you?
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
See, in this point, see children, it is given in the textbook, page number 50. Just open it. The Mughal did not believe in the rule of primogeniture. Okay, where the eldest son inherit his father's estate. Underline. Primogeniture, it means that the eldest son will inherit the father's property. But instead, they followed yes, the
Senary.
coparcenary division of inheritance among all the sons. Underline that. Means if a king, if he have 4 sons, that in the property, the ancestral kingdom or the property, it would be divided into 4 shires. Manslayo?
ma'am.
Understand?
The
Only the elder son. Okay, only the elder son would be recognized as the king. Only the elder son will get the power. Okay, or different. Okay, they were very different. Okay, they were very, means they treated them with equal respect. Even if they conquered many of them, they treated them with equal respect. Discuss, children, that we will discuss on the next class.
okay, ma'am.
Okay,